and they're saying that another sickness is on the horizon. We need to arm ourselves with the word, arm ourselves with knowledge, arm ourselves with exercising our body and exercising proper and good diet. Hey everyone, thank you for joining me on another podcast. And you know what? Whenever and wherever you may be, morning, afternoon, nighttime, evening, late at night, it doesn't matter. I appreciate the likes, the looks, the listens. Of course, I appreciate you hitting that subscribe notification bell and the like button on my YouTube channel. But as always, I say, do it at your own leisure. No pressure from me. Thank you, everyone, again. Praise Yah that I'm able to do this here, to still be able to do this. I know I took a bit of a hiatus, but it's okay. There's plenty of things that I was doing and percolating on. But one of the things that I did want to come out here and talk about, matter of fact, for the people who look at the new digs, the new threads, you could see that on my website if you want to check some things out. Anyways, going forward, I wanted to talk about one of the things, there's so much to talk about the whole media having in the air right now about COVID. They still kind of have it in the corners, in the shadows. And I understand how much it has impacted everyone. But also what I want to talk about is how it impacted everyone in the past. Because so many people were divided. Families were divided. Friends were divided. Co-workers were divided. Everyone globally was divided due to this management, this initiative. I'll call it an agenda. Because fast forward 2-3+ years now, we've come to realize with so much people, myself included, were very skeptical about this implementation of these COVID management responses globally. So here we are. We realize that it wasn't anywhere near as deadly as they say it was. We realized that the medication, the shots, the solution, the vaccines, I'll say it, were nowhere near as effective. You remember those commercials they kept pumping every day? That's a lot of money that they spent, billions, quadrillions of dollars, to globally push this medication. It's safe and it's effective. Come to find out, it has nothing to do with the prevention of the said disease or ailment. And then we have a lot of politicians who have backpedaled. A lot of politicians saying, oh, we never said that this solution would actually stop the sickness, the ailments from happening, the deaths from happening. When we remember that clear as day that this was a pandemic of the unvaccinated. You have to get this shot. Now here the same bunch of people are saying that we never said that. And we also have the pharmaceutical companies saying we're backpedaling. Yes, it will stop the transmission of this ailment. And here we are seeing that was false. Maury Povich would say that was a lie. So we see the politicians have backpedaled and or lied. We see that the pharmaceutical companies who've made an insane amount of profit backpedaled and lied and basically said, hey, it doesn't work, c'est la vie. And then we had the wonderful, fabulous Fauci doing the same thing. He's still there in the shadows, but it's quiet as kept. Before, you couldn't go a whole day without seeing this guy or hearing about his name and nothing. But they're still keeping a little pressure on there. I can't control things outside of me, but what I can control is how I put this information out to all of you guys. Let me check this camera here. Is it doing something? Okay, cool. Put the information for you guys to better arm yourselves. First and foremost, you shouldn't put your trust in man and its systems. We can have respect for it. We can function in it. We can get around it. But we have to understand that we are not to trust the system. We put our trust in our Creator, whether you acknowledge Him or not. You put your trust in the Creator, Yah, who made everything. and every one. He made this world with order and with proper function and functionalities, designs, and purposes. So then we shouldn't always run to pharmaceutical ways. We shouldn't always run to people who clearly, historically, have proven over and over again have a clear agenda. So how do we go forward with that? Get right with Yah. I will tell you, get right with Yah. Start reading the book. Start looking at sermons. Start asking questions, and any questions you can't get a clear answer from anyone else, you dig yourself. We're all intellectual people. When we want to go find information, if we want to debunk someone, we go all in. So if you really want the truth of things, read. We need to become our own journalists and detectives. Seek the truth. Seek the real truth. Put your pride away and sometimes forget what you know, and it has to be challenged at times. Anyways, outside of trusting Yah, which that should be everything. I shouldn't even say outside of. Diet and lifestyle. Diet and lifestyle are the two biggest things that we can do to make ourselves healthy, to bulletproof ourselves basically against almost any ailments that they can throw at us. We have to remember, especially in this Western civilization, our diets are trash. We've been fed trash. They've been pushing it to us through a whole lot of propaganda, a lot of agenda behind it, promotions, advertisements. First thing we got to do, a lot of us have to do, stop eating late. One of the first things you have to do is stop eating late. It throws off your chemistry, even though you may be used to it because you're wired. It's a habit. I get it because I was there a long time ago. It took a lot to shift from that, but we have to stop eating late. I try my best. 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock is around my cutoff time. I'm not going to lie to you. There's sometimes I slip up and I'm kind of hungry. I'm like, okay, I know I'm going to go sleep later than usual, but I still get my 6 hours of sleep. But the latest I'll probably do is around 9, but that's way past it. So I look at 7, 8 o'clock to be more realistic. The last time you should eat. And the other thing is, I'm not going to tell you stop eating meat. I'm not going to tell you stop having dairy, but it depends on the quantity and the quality that you have. The dairy that we have compared to other nations usually is trash. The meat that we have usually, depending on where you get it, is trash. Not saying if you live in these United States of America or even New York City. There's a lot of outlets. That's one of the good things, the upsides of being in this city, is that we have so much things available to us. In this country, too, we do. So we can fine-tune and educate ourselves. So what did I say? Stop eating late because it throws your whole chemistry off, and in your gut is where the immunity happens. It's the foundation for our immune systems to do what it does. If they eat properly, yes, eat proper vegetables. A lot of things are modified genetically or some way, shape, or form. They are affected by whatever means we have through pesticides, grafting, splicing, whatever it is. What we eat is greatly affected. So we can try to educate ourselves and eat more organic stuff. If you do choose to eat more plants, it's best you don't cook the hell out of them. Try to eat it as raw as possible. If you can, cut down on processed foods. All these foods that come in packages, I have to do that too. Breads, I don't really mess with breads as much. White flour, it comes as this really simple carbohydrate. They say you eat too much of it, it's going to turn to sugar, and your body doesn't react properly with sugars in its system. Watch how you eat. Don't eat a whole lot of stuff. Don't eat in between meals. If you're going to have a meal and at least have 4 hours at least before your next meal. You have people who have breakfast, a big breakfast with a whole smorgasbord of processed stuff that's not of great quality. But then when you have to go to like another 4 hours, breakfast and then lunch, people snack stuff all day. Everyone's going to be different. Some people genetically, their bodies are going to just show as terrible as it possibly can be, where other people, they do that all day because they have high metabolism. But you have to know internally, in the long run, you're going to ruin yourself. So then when you don't have the proper gut health, you're not going to have a proper foundation for immune system health. So then when a sickness comes around or a sickness is introduced to you by way of environment or whatever it is, you'll be weakened. You're going outside without your Kevlar vest, without your your protective gear on, which your body is already equipped for it. So when these people decide to do what they do, and I believe that they do stuff, I can't say exactly what it is for sure, but as I have my suspicions, they know that we are weakened. Mentally, we are weakened because we just do whatever we want. Spiritually, we're weakened because we are disconnected from Yah, our Creator. And we are weakened because of lack of knowledge. We are destroyed because of lack of knowledge. Because we don't know how to eat properly. We don't have the proper lifestyle. You have to get, I would say, at least 6 hours of sleep. People say it's 8. 8 will be fantastic. I say if you get 6 minimum. If you get more, that's great. That works. Sleep better. What do we do now? We're up. We're up looking at our phones all the time, and the phones. I have to wean myself off of it a degree, but can I survive without it? Yeah. I'm usually checking his emails to be most of the time. And when we set aside time to cut off any activities, phone included, going outside, drinking, eating, once we get orderly and set aside times for our bodies to recoup itself, to build itself, you will be healthier. You should also, part of your lifestyle, exercise. Be consistent. It may not have to be every single day, but it will help you do it every single day. If you walk up and down, that's great. Do some squats. Good for your legs, good for your core, good for your circulation. Do push-ups. Do pull-ups if you can. Walk upstairs whenever you can. Walk wherever you can. Just get more physical activity to get your body, again, getting in conjunction with being healthier. So if something does come, you're either not going to be affected or you won't be affected as much. Get right with the Father spiritually so you have discernment. When you read that book, not just reading it just so you can know scripture, but when you read it for discernment to learn, then you will have the actual manual of this life. That book is basically for our understanding of the relationship with us and our Father and in the history of the world. But it's us to get acquainted with him, to know who he is, so we don't depend on other people who don't know or who are deliberately trying to lead us astray, so they can't pull the wool over our eyes. So get to know the book. It may be a drag, but you need to do it. You could read everything else. You could binge watch all types of other things. Spend 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes a day reading through the book. You will be amazed at how much you actually absorb. 2, diet. Stop eating late. Stop eating a bunch of crap. Limit how you eat. 3, exercise. Get exercise. Get outside. Let that vitamin D hit your skin. Go outside and move those muscles. Also, I would like to say it just came in my head and went out. And as I was talking about how to move and everything. Also, if you do get sick, treat it as if you are at war with it, because there's a war going on inside your body. If you can, fast. You could do intermittent fasting, or fast for like a whole day if you want to, if you need to. Because when you fast, it gives your body a chance to recuperate. You see, when we pile food on, especially when we're sick, we actually prolong our sickness. We actually increase the intensity of the sickness, because now your body, your gut health, has to now deal and contend with the food. Chances are, if you're watching this, you probably do have things that you shouldn't be eating in your diet. Dairy, the quality dairy we have, processed foods, processed foods we have, a lot of sugars. Got to cut down on your sugars too, because sugar actually diminishes our ability to heal ourselves. That's another thing I've got to add. So if you feel sick, fast for a day. So I remember when I got hit hard, I fasted for about 4 or 5 days. And I was getting it. I have past videos where he boiled garlic, boiled ginger, drink that, hydrate tremendously every day. I had a schedule every hour. I boiled, drank it, ginger or garlic. Colloidal silver is one thing. You could look that up. And also, if you're around toxins, utilize charcoal, activated charcoal pills. They sell them in certain organic stores, like a Whole Foods or a certain lot of places that are similar to that. Or you could go on Amazon. The charcoal gets rid of toxins out of your body. Oregano oil pills helps get mucus and phlegm out. So, sometimes if you feel you can't take the straight raw, like garlic or whatever, they have the pill forms for these things. These are just a few things just to try and focus on to get better. Because with these wicked people that are running things, they are going to push forward. And they're saying that another sickness is on the horizon. We need to arm ourselves with the word, arm ourselves with knowledge, arm ourselves with exercising our body and exercising proper and good diet. We have to be ready because, again, these people came out and said, hey, we were wrong. We lied. What did we do collectively? We didn't do a blasted thing about it, but just, that's terrible. Oh, well, life goes on. So if we're going to allow this to happen, which is this is part of prophecy and part of their agenda, arm yourself with the word. Arm yourself with proper diet. Arm yourself with proper lifestyle. I want you guys to be healthy, not just physically and mentally, but most importantly, spiritually. Well, that's all I have for today. I think I went on much longer than I wanted to, but I think I flowed properly. Okay, let's see. I ain't do this in a while. If you want to check more of my content, feel free to go to my website, which is brooklynbaritone.com. I also have merchandise you can go check out and see if anyone sees anything you like. I'm pretty sure you got something. I got something that you like. For more of my video content, go to my YouTube channel, Brooklyn Baritone. I'm also on LinkedIn under Corey Ashley. You could also find audio versions of these podcasts on Amazon Music on the podcast, Apple Music, and Google Play. Okay? The channels that I'm on, oh boy, it's been a while since I've recited this. I'm on Verizon, Optimum, RCN, and Spectrum. Boom, there you go. Pretty good. Anyways, I'll be back on the regular. Sorry I left you guys. It's been a long time. Shouldn't have left you. Anyways, talk to you later. Be blessed. Arm yourself.